They spoke my name in court like it held power, like it was supposed to mean something important. The bailiff's voice echoed across the bright marble floor, sharp and perfect, like it was cutting through the silence. I stood up slowly, fixing the sleeves of my charcoal jacket as if that tiny action could steady the storm inside me. The courtroom was quiet, too quiet. A calm place hiding a huge lie. She was already sitting at the plaintiff's table, wrapped in silk, painted in mascara, looking like she practiced her expression in the mirror 100 times. Her smile wasn't real, not even close. It was rehearsed, polished, fake. Her lawyer, a man who looked like he dipped his head in hair gel every morning, flipped through his papers with the confidence of someone who won cases by simply showing up. The judge nodded in my direction. Mr. Adair, you understand the child support ruling stands unless you present an objection. $20,000 a month for the twins. Twins I had never met. Twins I didn't even know existed. I walked forward, each step echoing like a countdown inside my chest. My silence wasn't fear, not even hesitation. It was control. Cold, sharp control. From the inside of my jacket, I pulled out a thick envelope, sealed perfectly, the edges trimmed in gold. I kept my face still as I handed it to the clerk. My fingers didn't shake. My breathing didn't break. I was ice. The judge opened the envelope. He read the first page, and his eyes burst open in shock. He read the second page, and his jaw tightened. By the third page, he slammed his hand on the desk. Seal the doors. Nobody leaves this courtroom. Someone gasped from the back. A loud thud followed. Her lawyer dropped to the floor, unconscious, like his spine just snapped under the weight of the truth. The judge stared at me, not as a man in trouble, but as a man carrying the truth like a weapon. I apologize for your inconvenience. I didn't speak. I didn't nod. I simply turned my eyes toward her. She was still smiling. Still blinking. Still clueless. Not for long. 3 months earlier, a letter. Yes, an actual letter arrived from the state. No call. No warning. Just a cold envelope tossed into my life like a match into dry grass. It said paternity confirmed, support order issued, legal responsibility assigned. My name was printed everywhere, attached to numbers, signatures, and words I never wrote. The photos showed 2 kids, blonde, curly hair, blue eyes. They smiled so naturally, like they were born happy. But their faces looked nothing like mine. My bloodline is Mediterranean. Dark eyes. Black hair. And most important, I had a vasectomy 9 years ago. The mother's name, Mara Kingsley. My wife, on paper. We had separated for a year. Not officially. No big fight. No dramatic ending. Just drifting apart. She said she needed time to find herself. I believed her. I never imagined she would turn that into a weapon. The kids were 5 years old. She claimed we separated because I wasn't ready for children. Claimed she got pregnant during our last attempt at fixing our marriage. I read the file once. Then again. By the 3rd time, the rage inside me became something cold and still. Not hot anger. Not shouting anger. The kind that freezes everything. I didn't call her. I didn't beg for the truth. I didn't accuse her. I went quiet. Silent. Dangerous. I requested the original paternity tests through legal channels, paid extra to rush them. They were forged. Completely fake. Next, I pulled her medical records. Then mine. Then confidential files only lawyers were supposed to touch. I dug deeper. I followed money trails, signatures, notes, and every single loose thread she thought she hid. The pediatrician she listed as a witness on the forms? Someone she knew long before me. Their homes were 5 blocks apart. Their kids, his kids, looked exactly like him. I saw them once through a restaurant window. He kissed her neck. She laughed like she had never known consequences. I didn't feel heartbreak. I felt numbers. Patterns. Shifts. Every lie had a structure. All I had to do was solve it. So I contacted a private lab. I sent my DNA, the court-ordered swabs, and every scrap of evidence. The results came back. 0% probability of paternity. 2 weeks before the hearing, I invited her to lunch. She showed up in white, pretending innocence. Have you thought about settling? She asked, sipping iced tea like she wasn't building a prison around herself. I nodded. Yeah. I've been thinking. She smiled sweetly. I just want what's fair, Aaron. I slid a small plain envelope across the table. What's this? Open it. She hesitated, then unfolded the paper. Her face drained. Her lips parted. Her hands started to shake. Aaron, this isn't. But it was. I watched her collapse from the inside out. Not a scream. Not a dramatic explosion. Just quiet destruction. The truth hitting her like a slow, crushing wave. I stood. She grabbed my arm. I let her touch me. I wanted her to feel the warmth she would never feel again. Then I walked away. Back in court, the judge read every part of the dossier. Not just the DNA results, but the emails, the fake medical notes, the payments she made to a tech to forge my signature. She didn't just lie. She built an entire life on a lie and tried to force me into paying for it. $20,000 a month, for kids who were not mine, for a life she built with another man but expected me to finance. The judge ordered a full investigation. Perjury. Identity theft. U.S. Marshals stepped forward. The handcuffs clicked shut behind her back. She screamed my name. But, please. Worthless. I didn't flinch. I walked past her. Past the lawyers still unconscious. Past the whispers. Past the judge's stunned stare. Outside, the air felt colder. Clear. I sat inside my car for a long time. No tears. No smile. Just silence spreading through me like something finally settling into place. Justice doesn't feel like fireworks. It feels like gravity returning. The truth was a knife. But in my hands, it became a scalpel, sharp enough to cut lies clean from my life. She wanted money. She got chains. And me? I got freedom. Not freedom from her, but freedom from ever being forced to prove who I am again. Next time someone calls me Dad, I'll make sure I'm standing there the moment they enter this world.